What's going on, YouTube? 16Subi along with Mr. Shinyo Ryan. Ryan Shinyo. This is where we left off. I have to, I think Ryan has already gone to our next planet. I have to activate my holo terminal.
Am I cleared to depart?
We've cleared the board for you, Master Jedi. Good flying.
That guy's a nerd. We'll clear the board for you. That is very anticlimactic. Picked up a experience boost.
I still need to activate mine.
Let's see, got a new lightsaber. That's no. It's better in some areas, but in the main areas it is worse. So I won't be using that. Okay. Oh, okay. Travel to Terrace or travel to Nar Shaddaa. So, Terrace is level 25.
We'll probably go to Nar Shaddaa first.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I do. Nar Shaddaa. I'm lost in my own ship. Alright. So while we travel to Nar Shaddaa, I must tell a adventure that I had this past weekend. So I do contract work for Subaru Rally Team USA. So that's a Vermont sports car located up in Colchester, Vermont. So they called me last Tuesday and asked if I could come up over the weekend to help prep one of the rallycross cars for testing that it had this week. So I was like, well, heck yeah, man, that's awesome. So they, God, I got another email, somebody trying to sell me credits.
Landed on Nar Shaddaa.
Oh, hang on, pause the story.
Pleased to see you, I'm afraid.
Right.
Nar Shaddaa is a den of corruption, excess, and gang violence. It is ruled by a crime syndicate, the Hutt cartel, that takes a cut from every black deed.
Surely someone must stand up to this Hutt cartel.
The cartel deals badly with those who say no. But now, despite its power, the Hutt cartel is clashing with a new group called the Guiding Hand. The Guiding Hand's followers are fanatically loyal to an unknown leader. I believe this leader is Doris Fane, one of the missing Jedi Masters.
Blind obedience to a secret leader. If it is Vane, he's got the makings of an army.
That is my fear. Fane is an undisciplined maverick, but he has great charisma, incredible skill at influencing others through the Force. This Guiding Hand has attacked cartel spice shipments, operations Fane despises, in a way that shouts Fane's tactics. It's him. I know it.
If he is forcing these people to fight the Hutts, he must be stopped.
Fane has flirted with darkness for years. The plague may have finally
What are you
tipped the
doing?
balance. Even fighting the Guiding Hand, the cartel is immensely powerful, second only to the Republic and the Empire. So far, the Hutt cartel has tolerated, even aided the Republic. But if it discovers a rogue Jedi is hurting business...
The Hutts might even strike against the Jedi over this.
My concern is less for the Order than for the Republic.
This guy is wearing
We
knee
must find Fane
pads.
before the Hutt cartel discovers his involvement. I have a
This
contact on
Jedi.
Nar Shaddaa who can help you. And
Knee
Theron
pads?
Cedrix.
Yeah, they're
Theron
like
is a
straight up
professor of
knee
exotechnology.
pads.
He was once a friend of mine
What he uses
and of
those for.
Fane's.
How do I find this Theron Cedrix?
Theron has offices on Nar Shaddaa's promenade. He's usually there, if he's not nurturing his genius in a casino. Good luck.
Alright,
Don't
thank you, sir.
underestimate Doris Fane,
I
Jedi.
won't
His
underestimate
gifts of
anybody.
persuasion are unsurpassed.
Okay, now I have to go to someone's office. Alright, so back to the story. So, they were unable, like last time I went up there, they got me, I had a direct flight there and then I had a direct flight home. But since this was like last minute, they could only get me a direct flight to Vermont, but not home. So I was thinking that coming home was going to be the worst because I had to fly into Detroit and then fly into Charlotte from there. Turns out I was wrong. So I get on this plane, and for like the entire trip, the dude sitting beside me, he's got like headphones in, so he is not talking to me. But I mean, he's got long hair and stuff. He looks like a hipster kind of.
Oh, yeah.
And then the dude to my right, like across the aisle, but to my like right beside me, he's an older guy, and he like talked to me the entire way. He asked why I was going to Vermont and stuff. I told him, and then he was like, I showed him a picture of like one of the rally cars on my phone, and then he saw a picture of Autumn and Riven. He's like, "Oh, is that your wife and son?" I was like, "Yeah." He like grabbed my phone to look at it. I was like, "Oh, okay." So then he tells me, he's like, "Hey, when we get to Vermont," he's like, "I can give you a ride to your hotel, or I can wait for you at the for the airport shuttle." And so I'm sitting there like, "Oh wow, I'm sitting beside a serial killer. Like, this guy's gonna kill me." So I got a text from the operations manager at Vermont Sports Car, and he told me he was going to be there to pick me up. And I was like, "Oh, thank God." So I told this guy, I was like, "Hey man, you don't have to worry about it." So we're like circling around Vermont, the airport, and the pilot comes on, and he's like, "Oh, we got really bad weather. I'll give you an update in 20 minutes. So then he comes back in 20 minutes, and he's like, "Hey, the visibility is like a half a mile on the ground." He's like, "So, we're waiting for the tower, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "It'll be another 20 minutes for an update." So, I mean, it's like 45 minutes. We've just been circling in a holding pattern. And he comes on, and he's like, and in the meantime, that old guy beside me is like, "Oh, this happened to me once before, and they like rerouted us to Albany." And I was like, "Oh." He's like, "Yeah, we don't want that to happen. It's a 3.5 hour drive from Albany to Burlington." I was like, "Oh my gosh, oh, okay." So about 45 minutes later, the pilot comes on, and he's like, "Visibility is now..." Oh, dang. I'm going to wait for you at the spaceport taxi.
Okay.
So the pilot comes on like 45 minutes later, and he's like, "Yeah, visibility on the ground is now 1/4 of a mile."
Jeez, a freaking tornado? What the heck?
Just horrible fog.
Oh,
so he's like, "We've been rerouted to Albany." And I'm like, "No." So they fly us to Albany. There's not a gate agent that can get us off the plane. So we sit there and we waited for like 45 minutes. So at this point, the guy beside me, the hipster looking guy, he's pissed. He was straight pissed. And so he's like, he tells the flight attendant, he's like, "I have to get off this plane. I have to be in Burlington tomorrow morning." He's like, "So whatever you have to do, make it happen." And she's like, So I don't know how the dude beside me like started talking to someone 2 or 3 rows behind us, but this guy a couple rows behind us, he's on the phone with the rent-a-car place at Albany, and he gets a rental car. And so the dude beside me is like, "Oh, you got it? Yeah, I'll come with you." And so he looks at me. He's like, "You can get in on it if you want." And I was like, "Yeah, I will." And so then the old serial killer beside me, he's like, "Oh yeah, do you have room for me too?" And so like,
how old is this guy?
He's probably in his 50s. So the 4 of us, we finally get off the plane, and we like run down to the rental car place, and we get our rental car. And while we're standing in line, the guy with the long hair who had been sitting beside me, he was talking or something. Like they were asking him like what he had been doing. I don't know, like why he was gone and coming back. And he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Well, my band just played a show, and I'm coming back after our show." So I mean, I'm sitting, I kind of roll my eyes. I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah." Your band, like, "Oh, cool. thinking he just was playing at some dive bar or something like that.
Yeah.
So someone was like, "Oh, okay." They're like, "Well, what show was it?" Now I can't. Dang, no. Hang on. I'm trying to look it up right now because I can't remember what show he said.
Yeah.
The Tonight Show, I think.
What?
It was either the Late Show or the Tonight Show. It was one of the big ones. So I'm like, oh wow, okay, so this guy, he might be legit.
Yeah.
So no one really says anything, and we get in the car and we're all talking, and so the guy who had been sitting, the old guy, he's like, turns out he was a professor of neuroscience.
The serial killer guy?
Yeah. So he starts asking all these questions, like pretty much, just trying to get to know everybody. And so he asked the guy with the long hair, who is the one driving the car. He's like, "Hey, well, what band, like, whatever, trying to figure out." So it turns out, have you ever heard of Grace Potter?
No.
Yeah, I'd never heard of her. She's like some rock singer. I looked her up. Like, she's a legit, like, pretty popular. He was the lead guitarist for her, and then now he switched. She's like not touring right now, so now he's been with I can't remember what the guy's name is. I thought it was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But so I mean, this dude was like straight legit, and I was like, wow. But his name was Benny Yurko.
The long-haired dude?
Yeah.
Huh.
So it was Ryan Adams. That's who he plays with right now. Ryan Adams.
What the?
So I mean, it was pretty crazy.
So how's the drive?
Oh, dude, we got like an hour away. Where the heck are you? I thought I saw you log in.
Yeah, I had to go to Ord Mantell and talk to this dude, and now he's having me do some weird missions on the planet down here.
Oh, dang. I'm gonna go ahead and go to Theron Sedrak's office then.
I hope I don't have to. Hope it doesn't split us up.
Please select an available travel room.
It shouldn't.
Oh man, I've been sitting here. I'm sorry, everyone watching. We've just been sitting around doing absolutely nothing. But no, the drive was perfectly fine. I mean, it was good. We got like an hour out of Colchester, and like the fog was pretty crazy. You couldn't even like see anything.
I would have just landed the plane anyways.
Well, that's the crazy thing. As soon as we got off the plane, they flew it to Burlington because it had to be there in the morning. They just legally couldn't fly it with us in there because of them being responsible or whatever. So yeah, like, I couldn't even believe it. My luck. But it turned out pretty cool because I mean, those guys were pretty awesome.
That sounds pretty cool. What the heck?
All right.
Oh my gosh.
I guess we will return when we get to Theron's office. Alright, about to hop into Theron Sedrak's office.
Theron.
There's a lot of Therons
Holy
in this
crap.
game.
A lot of Therons. A lot of Gerons.
Oh, someone named Holiday.
And welcome to the offices of Dr.
Ooh, Holiday.
Helen
Yeah, that's that
Sedgwick's.
freaking
My name is Holiday, and I'm pleased
hologram,
to
isn't
assist
it?
you.
Yeah.
If you have an appointment, please
Yeah.
make yourself comfortable while... Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. It's rare to greet such a distinguished
Say
customer.
something.
I'd save your picture to my permanent drive, but that might upset my dear Theron.
If Theron can tear himself away from such a beautiful
Oh my
person,
gosh.
he deserves
I'm
to be
in way
upset.
over my head.
Very nice.
Oh my goodness.
Points for the
Oh my goodness.
hesitation. I'm I'm a
This is not
fully
good.
sentient holographic life form.
Oh no.
Unique in the galaxy. Or so Theron says.
Oh no.
You're a Jedi, aren't you? If you're here to see Theron, he's... Well,
Ah!
I've been waiting for him to get back. For hours and hours.
Rakus.
I imagine Nar Shaddaa's full of
Well,
action women to distract.
My first death.
Trust me,
Oh
sweetheart.
no!
I'm all the woman
I've-
he'll ever need. Theron had a special order
I had to go to
design a weapon.
this
and the customer wanted him to deliver
through
the
this door
prototype to the Nikto sector.
that
The aliens there hate
once you've
humans.
entered combat,
The
you
Republic.
can't pass through. So
Hygiene. He should never have agreed to go.
I didn't know that. So I go through the door and I'm
I'll bring
like
them home safely for
flying
you today.
through like 40 freaking
Promise.
people.
I'll
And I
be
get to the
ever
door and
so
I can't get through it. I'm
grateful
just,
if
I
you
turn around and there's
The
a
meeting
mob
place
of
is in the
people
Nikto
chasing me.
Starship Chop Shop.
There's nothing
It
they could have
sounds like a
done.
nasty place.
Nice.
Please be careful.
Nabbit.
Holiday is my favorite hologram.
Theron.
Alright, well now I have to go search for him. He apparently got himself lost.
Classic Theron.
So we will catch back up when we find him.
Alright.
We are just, oh my goodness, just outside of Theron's location, but there's 5 million people here. Have to fight our way through them.
Oh. 5 million. You don't have a problem with that.
Probably so. I did level up though.
Did you?
I did.
Return to the orbital station airlock. Alright, so that was kind of a waste of time. Dude
Now you
called
gotta
me
go.
all the way from the freaking fleet to help kill this guy. Now I have to go back.
I can't stand when they do that.
Worthless. Worthless? Disappointed!
Alright. Alright.
Oh, so you checked out Horizon Zero Dawn?
Oh yeah. Dude, that looks pretty good. I mean, that looks really good.
Did you watch some gameplay stuff?
Yeah, I think it was gameplay.
Don't be an imbecile. The
There's
weapon's
Yeah, it
obviously
looks.
my
I'd
creation.
probably get it for
If you use it
PC.
against the Hut Cartel, I'll be looking for my vertebrae in
Yeah.
a trash compactor.
Yeah, I don't really play
Deals off.
Xbox anymore.
Really? I play quite a well. I really only play 3 Xbox games, like consistently.
You won't serve your master
What are
by getting
those?
angry.
I play Battlefield 1,
Oh yeah.
which is super fun.
I'm begging you, please don't get me
I
started
play
on this again.
The Division, which is kind of like Destiny mixed with Gears of War, kind of.
I'm sure you're
And then
very
I play
impressive.
For Honor, which is super fun. Extremely aggravating. I've thought about destroying my controller more than once.
Digging a hole and burning it.
Yeah. Yep.
I dislike being told what to do.
Oh, I think I'm about to have a fight. Yeah. I chose all the right words to make this guy upset.
Yes. Blade barrage. Freaking. What is she doing here? Come on now. Come on, girl. Don't be shy.
Come on, girl, don't be shy. Where's that fool? You run away? You didn't help me fight?
That was
Boom.
gratifying. You rarely see delinquents getting their just desserts on this world. I'd have talked him around eventually, but
Lord.
I won't say no to heavily armed assistance.
Kira.
Though I'd rather not rely on the expertise of strangers.
I'm on an important mission. I believe you're the man I need.
Theron Cedrax, professor and exo-engineer at your service. Not that many around here respect my genius, especially those Nikto. Challenge the Hut Cartel? Where'd they get such delusions of grandeur?
Kira. Now I have to go back to my ship's
I think you
hollow
know the man
terminal.
responsible.
Let's do.
So Juris Fane has a vendetta against the Hutt cartel.
What the heck?
If
I
any
thought I
Jedi
had-
Master would risk it, Fane's the one. That's why I was right. If the Hutts find out
Yeah,
Fane is
returned
behind
by
this
personal?
guiding hand business,
Shit,
it'll leave the
I guess
Republic
not.
high and dry.
Hopefully I can catch him before he does any more damage.
No easy task.
Man, I'm
The Hutts have their claws, well,
Yeah.
appendages into everything around here.
Oh.
Fane will have hidden himself well. But if Fane is using Nar Shaddaa's gangs,
Alright,
perhaps
back
that's
on
more.
the ship.
I know a local gang, the Red Light Lancers. A bunch of
Communicate
tech
via hollow
specialists
terminal.
and slicers of ill
See what
repute.
these fools
Rumor
want.
is, they're part of this guiding hand.
Yes,
So if I want to
G7.
join these Red Light Lancers, where should I start?
These Lancers have been pestering me to do a special job. I could pretend I'm interested and set up a meeting for you. But you'll need to prove your expertise. I suppose this
Kiwix.
prototype would do it, though I hate to part with it.
I'd owe you a favor.
When you put it that way, here you are. And here, I always wear an earpiece at handover so I can call my assistant Holiday. With this, we can speak privately. Here's the location. I'll return to my office.
Alright, so
If
now I
Fane
can
is
go
using
to Nar
some kind of
Shaddaa.
mind control, I have
Good.
research to do.
And I am now level 26.
Alright, now I've got to go to the Lancers safe house.
Alright, so that's new. That is a new ability.
Alright, so we're going to leave this episode off right here. When we return, we are going to be going to the Lancers safe house. But until then, I'm going to go find Mr. Ryan and help him out so he doesn't get killed again. And then we will catch back up with you guys later.
Later.
Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a good day.